Hi there, Mark here again. Welcome to part 4 of my build guide for the TT02D DriftSpec chassis, which is going to be a Nissan Skyline GTR. We've got this far so far on the build, so the chassis is complete. So now it's time to get that lovely body prepared and hopefully finished. Right, so first thing we need to do is look at the instructions for the body, and it shows quite clearly where we need to cut out. So what you'll need is a pair of sharp scissors, and what I prefer to use for the wheel arches, because on this one they're not cut out. On some of the other Tamiya bodies they are, but this one needs cutting out, so I use these curved nail scissors. They're stainless steel, pretty sharp. So first thing we need to do is to get rid of this kind of lip that's around the outside, because that gets in the way when you're trying to cut out. So first thing we'll do is just roughly cut that lip off all the way around. Okay, with the lip gone, it's going to make it much easier for us. Luckily on this body there's quite a clear cut line. You can probably just see there on the camera. If it's not so clear, sometimes I might go over that with a marker pen just to make sure, because obviously when you're cutting one of these bodies out, if you make a mistake, that's it, there's no going back. So yeah, check carefully first and cut second, I would say. So what I'm going to do now is use the same pair of straight scissors, and I'm going to cut as close up as I can all the way around the edge of the body, and then I'll do the arches after I've finished that part. So I've cut off the excess all the way around now, so we have to tackle those tricky wheel arches. So get hold of my curved scissors, and I'm going to cut as close up to the line as I can, and afterwards I shall be smoothing it off with a bit of abrasive paper, just to make the arch or the curve nice and smooth. Okay, so there's the first arch cut out. I'll just get on and do the other three. So now all the arches are cut out, I'm going to try and smooth them off a bit. So I've got some of this 180 grit paper, and fold it over a few times, and then I'm just going to use that, round it out like so, curved, and then I'm going to get them as smooth as I can with this rough paper. Then I'm going to use some wet or dry. This is a 400 grit, and just finish off those arches, and I'll just rub all the way around all the cut edges as well, just to make sure they're nice and smooth. So I'll go and do that, and back in a bit. So that's the body all rubbed down, all the wheel arches, and I've gone along all the flat edges too with the abrasive paper, and got rid of the dust, washed all the inside out with some hot soapy water and let it dry, and now she's ready for the window masks. There they are, all cut out, and there is an instruction on the front here which shows you removing a bit of the backing, which I've done in the middle. I don't recommend that you take the whole of the backing off and try and get it in place. It's really tricky if you do that. The best thing is to do as it says on the instruction there, and get your mask, offer it up, and I think the best way is to look from the outside to make sure you've got it in the right place. When it looks somewhere near, give that centre piece a good press down. Just one last check that it's lined up, and then we can remove the backing. You may get a couple of little bubbles in, but I wouldn't worry about it too much because we're just going to be pulling this off after we've sprayed anyway. So as long as the edges are firmed down and there's no creases or bubbles around the edges, we should be fine. Just finish the other side, and that's one window mask applied. I should just get on and fix all the rest on. So there's all the window masks applied. All I need to do now is to go outside and start spraying. I've got my nice tin of PS15. Make sure you only use polycarbonate paint. If you use any other type of paint, it won't stay on the body. Yeah, so I'm just going to go and put 3 coats of this on. Back in a minute. Well, that spray job didn't go too well, guys, so I've come over to Rob. Sorry, Rob.
Hiya.
I went outside, took it outside, and I didn't realise that it was so damp. I sprayed it a couple of times and then realised there was moisture condensing on it. So the paint started to run. Can you see that, Rob? There's awful sags in it.
Yeah.
And for some real strange reason, look at the mess at the back here. Can you see that on that?
I'm zooming in, dude.
You got it, mate. It just hasn't taken into these corners. I've never had that happen before, and the paint has just gone, I don't know, it's gone crazy. And then at the front we've got the same. You can see there, it just hasn't got into that that little nook and cranny there.
It doesn't.
So bought another tin of red. We've got some silver to back it with, haven't we, Rob?
Yep.
We'll just see what we can do with it. So we'll have a go at seeing if that paint sticks, and yeah, be back in a bit. Okay, so we've had another go with the red, haven't we, Rob?
We have.
As you can see now, it has actually covered, hasn't it?
Yep.
And we managed to get into the front here. We got another little run, but we managed to get right into that cranny this time. Must be because of the conditions in here, much more favourable. I mean, you can still see from the outside, can't you? You can see through. If we look like that, it looks terrible. But with a bit of luck, we shall get the silver out now and back it and see what happens. Okay, so that's the silver backing done. We can put some smoke on the windows. So, the moment of truth, this is the bit I really like. We take off the protective film, and I think my mate Rob has saved me bacon here. We have non-see-through rear wing, so that's a positive in it, Rob.
Certainly is, sir.
I do like the colour. We have got this nasty run in the roof, but nice sticker over there. But yeah, I think the smoke windows are looking nice as well. So there we go. That's basically your metallic red. Okay, so something I haven't mentioned is this is the bottom half of the rear wing. I've given it a coat over with the PS15, but because the polycarbonate paint isn't designed to go obviously on hard plastics and on the outside, you get kind of a matte finish, don't you, Rob?
You do.
So what we're going to do is give it a coat with this automotive clear lacquer, which is, I think, is it an acrylic? I think it is, Rob, isn't it?
Yeah, I think they're all acrylic nowadays.
So with a bit of luck, this will give us the shine back and maybe help this red stay on the plastic, which it isn't designed for, like I say, but at least I'll know it's the same colour as the body. So I'll give it a quick spray. So we're back from Rob's. Thanks for that help, Rob, and the use of your spray booth. We've managed to salvage the shell. So all we need to do now is get the stickers on and get this thing finished. The first thing I did was cut out this kind of carbon fibre sticker. There's a large sticker that you have to wrap around the rear wing. That was quite tricky to stick that on. It's not perfect, but it's not too bad. And all we need to do with this now is to fit it onto the lower wing with these tiny little countersunk screws. I don't know if you can see that. Tiny little screw. There's two positions you can fit it in, and I'm going to just put it in the standard position rather than angled down. So that's the rear wing finished with the nice countersunk screws fitted. So we'll just get my stickers cut out and start applying those as usual. What I like to do is cut them out nice and tight to the actual sticker itself. Don't like to leave any of the clear plastic showing, and what we need to do is get a test fit. Yeah, make sure the right stickers go in the right place, and as I always do, you just peel a little bit of the backing off. Cut a small piece off. Offer it up, and then when it's in the right place, stick it down. There's the first few applied, so I'll just get on and stick on the rest. So there she is done. It's not too tricky a sticker job. It's a bit awkward putting these around the windows, but yeah, pull them off, put them on back on again to get them lined up. Back end looks pretty nice, and so does the front. Quite a mean stance I think this one's got. So we just put it onto the chassis. I'm not going to cut the body post down until I've tried it out and I've got all the height settings and the right height sorted, so bear with those for now. But yeah, I think she's looking quite nice. Because of the lighting here, I'm going to take some photos and put a slideshow up at the end just so that you can see what it looks like. But overall, from where we started with this paint job, I'm really pleased with the way it's come out. I think it looks quite passable. Once again, guys, thanks for sticking with me. Thanks for following the build series along. Hopefully you'll catch me on the run video, which will be coming shortly. So anyway, thanks again, guys, and see you soon.